Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and do a overview of the Samsers folding keyboard. This is their newest version here. I am not sponsored by this company. They did not give me a free unit. That way I can be as honest as I can with this review. So the Samsers, it basically comes in like this. It's, in my opinion, I actually don't like the look of it. I actually feel it's quite clunky. But basically, it folds in like this, and they made actually quite a few improvements on this, and I'll talk about that, but I'll also talk about some things I just generally don't like about it, and to go from there. So it folds like this. Dimensions, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So when it's closed, we're sitting at around here, and then to here. And then when it's opened, we're sitting at about here in terms of dimensions, and to here. And the total weight of this is actually around 9 ounces. So, yep, 9.21 ounces. And before I go on further, I just want to go and compare this really quickly to the Logitech Keys to Go, which is 7.87 ounces, because this is going to be a point of discussion that I have to go over and go from there. Okay, so I'll talk about the pros and cons of this thing and go from there. So the pros are that they actually vastly improved the keyboard layout. And because what happened before was that it used to be split oddly here, and so the B button wasn't working properly. Now, the typability is much better. In fact, I was actually doing some typing. It was like nearly 100% on typing. It was like perfect. So the keyboard setup is actually far better for typing now compared to before. So functionality-wise, it's a lot better. Second of all, it's nice and compact like this in this particular situation, in this particular case. And you know, it's kind of, and this backing here is just a backing which is connected to the backup here. It's just more like, and that's kind of what I don't like about it. And now I want to talk about cons, which are entirely subjective. But to me, in terms of aesthetics and craftsmanship, it just lacks a certain level of polish that I like in other keyboards. And so I can't not compare it to the Logitech Keys to Go 2, which is, in my opinion, a lot more polished. And in my opinion, this is lighter. It looks more polished. Typability is give or take about the same, but this is lighter and it looks more sleek. You know, this just looks a lot more sleek. The typing experience is much better now, but it just lacks that polish, you know, and it kind of like, you know, that Apple feel, you know, when you look at it, you're like, ooh, that's sleek. Like and part of this also has to do with how clunky this is. This is around 9 ounces, but it's due to the backing here. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a risk here. But I just want to show you something. This is literally just, no one's going to do this, only I am, but it's literally just a backing here. And so when you remove this out, right, then it is literally, that removes quite a few ounces out of it. But then you can see it's literally just a backing, right? So you're just literally just getting this. And so I'm wondering, like, isn't there some other way? Well, and that's obviously, you can see the keys, but isn't there some other way they could have made this a little bit more sleek? But it's not just, and I want to make this clear, it's not just the weight and the sleekness of it. It's the font too, and the way it's set up. It just, honestly, it's just something about the way it's done here. It's just more sleek. It's just more sleek. You know what I mean? So on one hand, it's kind of like, in my opinion, and even not only that, even the Microsoft Universal Keyboard is an older model. That looks more sleek, right? This doesn't have that sleek kind of look to it. And so to me, it just doesn't have that quite that factor. And, you know, this is kind of I don't know what this is, but it just shows to me like, this is just pure functionality over design. Like they're not looking at this from a point of design, right? And so to me, it just falls flat. I still would go with the Logitech Keys to Go 2. So that's my personal reviews of it so far.